Hello, everyone. It's Charlton. Please subscribe to my channel and tap the notification bell. I'd appreciate it majorly. So, Peter Manfredonia has been arrested. He was arrested in Hagerstown, Maryland. That's basically where police knew he was heading. He was last seen on surveillance footage. They had some still shots of him at a convenience store, I think in Chambersburg, Pennsylvania. But they knew, they had information that he had taken an Uber to Hagerstown. And he's been basically captured or taken into custody there. He was in the woods at some gas station, which is where this reporter is right here. There's no shots of him being, arrested or taken into custody. And they're going to give more information tomorrow. Nobody was hurt. He wasn't hurt. No law enforcement was hurt, and he was basically taken into custody without incident. So, it sends a 6-day manhunt, which is pretty long. You normally, in today's day and age, you're not able to stay on the run very long. But I think this kid actually had some brains. He was a senior according to his LinkedIn page, he had, it said he was an honor student, at UConn as a senior and was studying. He had for a dual degree, I think business and mechanical engineering, and those are usually pretty difficult degrees. Anyways, he's been captured, and he's accused of killing 2 people. This started on Friday. I don't want to review the entire thing, of him killing the 62-year-old man, Ted Demures, who was just a person who was going to give him a ride back to his motorbike. And he said his motorbike had broken down. He supposedly was walking down the road with his helmet still on. I think, Ted Demures approached him on the four-wheeler or near his home. His wife was there too. And Manfredonia said he knew this person, who was their neighbor. So when he said that, they basically started to trust him because he was familiar with one of their neighbors, and that's how it all started. I don't know if he asked for the ride back to his bike, which he had said was broken down, or if they offered or whatever, but I don't know, and I don't know what made him snap to just totally attack Ted Demures and hack at him with a machete. Somebody in the comments of one of my videos, I don't necessarily always repeat what's written in the comments because you have no idea what the truth is, but it sounded fairly legit of somebody who basically was familiar with the area, I think from or lived near Wilmington, Connecticut, where the first attack took place, which is very close to where UConn is, where he goes to school. Said that he had cut Ted Demures' arm off, among other things, and another neighbor who I think maybe came to his rescue, was critically injured. That person hasn't been identified, but and supposedly he just jumped back on it, or he fled the scene on his own motorbike. I wasn't sure how that had happened previously, but I learned a lot more as the story has developed. And Ted Demures' wife, she revealed a fair amount to the press because apparently another neighbor has talked to her since this incident has happened, basically explaining that, that he had been stalking this neighbor's daughter. And that's where it seems he was heading when Ted Demures, engaged him and when that attack took place. So to basically prevented that from happening. It seems like he was on his way to that person's house with a backpack, with a machete in the backpack, possibly to do great harm to her or their family. And actually, that family was told by law enforcement not to return to their home, and basically until he was captured, which he has been now. So he then fled the scene on his own motorbike. Later that evening, he did like a home invasion of another home in Wilmington, Connecticut, of some guy who was just a random guy, and spent the next 2 days there from Friday evening to Sunday morning early hours. Stole his truck, 3 shotguns, a pistol, and some food, and then drove to Derby. Is it Derby? Derby, Connecticut, where his friend lives. Crashed that truck that he had stolen from the man who he home invaded, and then walked on foot from, it was basically, I think, near Osborndale State Park, which is just outside Derby, or very close to Derby. Walked to his friend's house and ends up killing his own friend, or allegedly killing his own friend, the 23-year-old Nicholas Eisel, and kidnaps his girlfriend and steals his Volkswagen Jetta. We don't know exactly how he killed or allegedly killed Nicholas Isel, and I strongly suspect that he didn't shoot him. You know, I have a feeling that he stole the 3 shotguns and pistol from the guy who he home invaded because he's very anti-guns. I know this is very bizarre, but, you know, he's from Newtown, the home, you know, where the Sandy Hook was shooting was. He went to Newtown High School. He was actually in Newtown High School when the Sandy Hook shooting took place, as well as Nicholas Isel is from that same town too. And the car that he stole from Nicholas Isel, the Volkswagen Jetta, which I assume was Nicholas's, you know, had some bumper sticker on the driver's side door saying a tribute to Sandy Hook victim number 26. Now, I don't know if that was a reference to a very specific victim, you know, that, and if he put the sticker on the car, or if that was Nicholas who had put that sticker on the car and it was always there before he took the car. I mean, I just have no idea. I mean, I've learned a little bit more about Sandy Hook. Everybody knows about Sandy Hook, and I understand that 26 people were killed, you know, during the actual incident. A little, you know, because the mother was killed before that, and then Adam himself killed himself, so that's 28. But I don't know if that's like a reference to an actual specific victim, you know, that has some significance. But anyways, you know, some of the reporting had said that he had, you know, he was very against, you know, he was deeply affected by the Sandy Hook shooting. He lived right down the street from the shooter, Adam Lanza. I mean, he lived literally on the same street as him, something like that. That's what's been reported. And that he had, you know, donated to charities or even participated in charities that were, you know, against gun violence and things like that. So my point being that I have a very strong feeling that he didn't shoot Nicholas Isel, you know. Not that it necessarily matters. So, but from there, he abandoned the Volkswagen Jetta at I forget the town in Jersey where he abandoned it and left the girl, and she was safe. She was unharmed, and then walked, I guess, across the you know, across the border from New Jersey to Pennsylvania, somewhere around Chambersburg, I believe, which is where he was last seen. There was also surveillance footage of him behind the Walmart on the train tracks, still walking with like a book bag, you know, a large bag on his back, you know, still I think carrying the firearms with him. So, but that's pretty much the story there. You know, I mean, his parents had, along with law enforcement, had basically, you know, were pleading with him to give himself up. They were explaining they've already hired an attorney for him, that, you know, it's been reported that he's suffered mental illness for some time and has been has seen a number of different therapists and so forth. And his family was just pleading with him to give up, and that they still love him, and, you know, that they're ready to help him once he's willing to do that. So, unfortunately, you know, 2 people are dead now, and a person's in critical condition. I don't know what his state is at this point, but he was seriously harmed. The other elderly individual that suffered the stabbing attack in the first incident. So, but he's been captured. Peter Manfredonia is now in custody, and you know, so the public's pretty much safe. It was pretty strange. And that's the story there, man. That is the story there. Thanks for watching my videos. Please subscribe to my channel. Give me a like down below, and I will see you in the next video. Later, man.